Welcome back to our course Database Management System. So our today's topic of video is two-phase commit protocol. So in the last videos we discussed about the concurrency control mechanism, and we understand various algorithm, or we can say protocol use for concurrency control mechanism, such as two-phase locking protocol and timestamp based protocol. So always there is a confusion between two-phase locking protocol and two-phase commit protocol. So there is a difference. Most of the time I have seen that the student getting confused in that case. So you need to remember that two-phase locking protocol is used in concurrency control mechanism. That means it is related to concurrent execution of a transaction. But two-phase commit protocol, it is being used in a nested transaction. So there is a difference between concurrent execution of transaction and nested transaction. So how it is different? So I told you about the two things to clarify your doubt, that two-phase locking protocol is used in concurrent execution of transaction, whereas two-phase commit protocol is used in the concept of nested transaction. So first of all, here we need to understand what is the concept of nested transaction and how two-phase commit protocol help us to maintain it. Okay, so nesting of transaction means what? You heard about the concept of nesting of loop. So nesting of loop means what? One loop is present inside the another loop, so that is called as a nested loop. Similarly, we have the concept of nested transaction. That means inside one transaction another transaction can be there. Now look at this diagram. Here you can see under the transaction T1, transaction 2 is there and transaction 3 is there. So we can say that it is a concept of nested transaction. So when you say that transaction 1 is successfully executed, what is necessary condition to say that transaction T1 is executed successfully? Is it the case that only transaction T1 has to execute successfully? That means we can say that transaction T1 is successfully executed. So answer is no. In order to have successful execution of transaction T1, transaction 2 and 3 has to be executed successfully. If either of this, either 2 or 3 is not executing successfully, then transaction T1 also not get executed successfully. So this is what a nesting of transaction. Nesting means what? It is hierarchical in nature. It's a hierarchical relationship of master and sub transaction. In this case, you can say that transaction T1 is a master transaction, whereas transaction 2 and transaction 3, they are treated as a sub transaction. Means for the successful execution of master transaction, it is mandatory that its sub transaction should execute completely and successfully. Then and then its master transaction can be executed successfully. This is what an important thing. So nested transaction always involves a hierarchy, and that hierarchy can be of any level. That under one transaction, two sub transaction, under that sub transaction again sub transactions are there. So one thing should be very clear, that for successful execution of master transaction, sub transaction has to be executed successfully. Then and then your master transaction can be executed successfully. So in that case, you will use of a two-phase commit protocol. So we required somebody to monitor this thing, that whether sub transaction is executed successfully or not. So according to that, master transaction status can be updated. So we require some mechanism which will maintain a track between this, that this master transaction is successful, this master transaction is not successful. The reason is very simple. In first case, all the sub transactions are executed properly and they are successfully executed. That's why in case 1, master transaction is successful. But in the case 2, maybe the case that one of the sub transaction fails, and due to which master transaction is not treated as complete. So we required some mechanism which maintain the track, that how many sub transactions are there, what is their status, whether they are executed or not, whether they successfully executed or not, or whether they fail. So according to that, the status of master transaction can be updated. So that mechanism is nothing but a two-phase commit protocol. We have seen two-phase locking protocol. Two-phase locking protocol help in a concurrency, and concurrency is used for concurrent execution of transaction. If we talk about the nesting of transaction, that means transactions are present in a particular hierarchy. One transaction is present inside another transaction. So at that time you have to make use of the concept of two-phase commit protocol. So you should be very clear about these two types of protocol: two-phase locking protocol and two-phase commit protocol. Now we discuss about this two-phase commit protocol. So we just understand what is a nesting of transaction, that one transaction is present inside the another. That outside we have, here we can say transaction 1 is a master transaction, and transaction 2 and 3, these are consist as a sub transaction. So now let's talk about the two-phase commit protocol. So this two-phase commit protocol is used to synchronize the updates between two or more databases that runs on a physically different computer. I mean, the concept is very simple. It is not necessary that master transaction and its sub transaction are present on only one system. There may be the case that master transaction is present at location 1, sub transaction S1 is present at location 2, sub transaction 3 is present at location 3. So there may be a case that it is present on a single site, or it is present at a multiple site. So we require a mechanism to synchronize between all these things. Means there is a synchronization between the parent and the child. So that synchronization tool is nothing but a two-phase commit protocol. So it involves two agents. One is a coordinator and second one is a participant. We can say that coordinator is that entity which is present at a master site, which is responsible for handling the responses, taking the feedbacks from the participant, so that it will decide whether that master transaction is successfully executed or not. So coordinator is an entity present at master site, whereas participant is an entity which is present at a sub transaction. So this two-phase commit protocol involves two phases. There are two phases are involved in a two-phase commit protocol. One is a prepare phase, or you can say voting phase. Second one is a commit phase. We can call it as a decision making phase. So let's see voting phase, or you can say prepare phase. And I will demonstrate this with the help of this diagram. This is a simple diagram which demonstrates what happens during the voting phase or prepare phase. So I told you that coordinator is present at a master site or master transaction, whereas participant is present at a sub transaction. So initially what happened, that coordinator will send prepare to commit message to all the participants. In this example we consider that there is one master transaction and there are three sub transactions. So coordinator is present at a master transaction, is sending a message prepare to commit to three participants which is present at three different locations for three sub transactions. Okay, so this thing is happening over here, that coordinator has sent a request to prepare to all the participants. Then participant has to reply whether they are ready to commit or not. In this case there may be the case that out of the three transactions, any possibility there, either three transactions say yes we are ready for commit, or you can say that two transactions saying yes we are ready to commit and one saying no I am not ready to commit. So there is a number of possibilities are there, means two possibilities are there, either yes or no. Simple thing is there, participant can give the answer in terms of yes no, I am ready for commit, I am not ready for commit. So this is a case. So that is a prepare phase or voting phase, where each participant has to vote whether he is ready for vote or not. Okay, sorry, he is ready for commit or not. So that task is done during the prepare phase. So simple thing is there, during the prepare phase coordinator will send a message to all the participants for regarding prepare to commit, and according to that participant has to reply whether they are ready or not. So they have given a reply in terms of yes no. So these are the two diagrams which represents the prepare phase. Now we discuss about the second phase. Second phase is a commit phase or decision making phase. Now once the voting has been done, now you have to display the result. What is a decision? You have to convey the decision. What is a decision? Combined decision. Because how will you take a decision? Suppose you want to ask a group of people where to go. Suppose your teacher is planning for a particular picnic, and your teacher is asking all the students that in which location you want to go. Okay, so that teacher has to take a decision. Suppose teacher has given a three option, whether you want to go to place A, B or C. So in that case it will take a opinion from all these students. So maybe the case that most of the student is saying that yes, we want to go to location A. So in that case, what teacher will do? Majority, it will consider the majority, and in that case teacher will decide yes, our picnic will go to location A. So in the same way, that decision has to be taken by the coordinator. The coordinator is taking the opinion from all the sub transaction, all the participant which is sitting at a sub transaction. So according to that, coordinator has to take a decision whether my master transaction is going to commit or it is fail. Okay, and in this case, very important condition is that out of these three, in this case only three sub transactions are there. In actual scenario, maybe the case that 100,000 lakhs and crores of sub transaction can be there. We don't know about this, but we are considering here only three sub transactions are there. So if out of the three sub transactions, suppose one transaction say that no, I am not ready, so in that case complete transaction get aborted. Okay, complete transaction get aborted. In that case, coordinator will take a decision to abort. When commit decision can be taken by coordinator, when all the participant is saying that they are ready for commit, then and then commit decision will be taken by the coordinator. This is an important condition to take a decision regarding to commit and abort. If all the participants are saying that they are ready for commit, then and then coordinator will say yes, we are going to commit. If either of this participant is saying that I am not ready to commit, in that case complete transaction get failed, and coordinator will take a decision to abort a transaction. Okay, so this is given in the decision phase. If coordinator receive a ready to commit reply from all participant in phase 1, then it send commit message. Here you can see this is a first condition, that if all the replies yes, then coordinator will send commit or abort message to all participant, else it send abort message to all participant. This is the case, means here two possibilities are there, either to commit and abort. When to commit? If all of the sub transactions saying yes, commit, then we are going to commit. If one of the sub transaction is saying no, I am not ready to commit, then in that case abort. And after that all the participant has to acknowledge to coordinator, yes, we have completed, we acknowledge your decision, yes, we acknowledge your decision, that either abort or either commit. So in this way, two-phase commit protocol works in two phases. One is a voting phase and second one is a decision phase. And this is how two-phase commit protocol help to synchronize between master transaction and all these sub transactions, so that the status of master transaction can be conveyed. So finally, again I am going to tell you about this. Two-phase locking protocol is used for concurrent execution of transaction, whereas two-phase commit protocol use in the concept of nested transaction, where you have to synchronize between the master and the sub transactions. So I hope you understand how two-phase commit protocol works. Thank you.